They're constantly on the move in a world that knows no borders. The lines within the European Union Baroque Orchestra are equally blurred. Among them, 13 nationalities this year. Their base has always been Britain, but home is Europe.
All of our orchestra were born after the European Union was invented and so on. They were really used to moving across borders every day. It's one big workplace and they can live wherever they like.
But that's changing, given the UK's decision to go solo. Unimaginable before that to young musicians like Julio Caballero.
Well, it was the main topic for many weeks. And yeah, we were wondering what will happen with the orchestra after this, because we knew that something will have to change.
Inevitable, because for one, the orchestra is funded by the EU, and the looming limits to freedom of movement could spell an unwanted finale. So they're not waiting to find out what happens. As Britain gives official notice to the EU of its intention to leave, they are sounding the final notes of an era and planning to leave too.
The invitation came from Antwerp to think about relocating, and the more we thought about it, the more sensible it seemed to take a strategic view now and make the transition as soon as possible.
Shame on you!
Brexit is going from dreaded possibility to looming eventuality. Its consequences for the estimated 3 million EU nationals living here, especially their free movement, are in some sectors already felt and lamented. Vital sectors, like the National Health Service, where the number of EU nurses registering has reportedly declined by 75% since the vote. An emergency in a system that relies on EU citizens, as this picture of just one surgical team shared countless times demonstrates.
Even small movements in that proportion in the next few years as we train more people domestically would put some of our services at risk. It would mean delays for patients in terms of their treatment. It would mean poorer availability of services in the community for people in their own homes or in residential homes.
London's ambitious construction business has an escalating skills shortage and a looming threat to some 200,000 jobs. In hospitality, some, like this chain, are turning to summer teen internships to try to get ahead of any shortfall.
I would say that 1 in 50 people that apply to our company to work is British.
1 in 50?
1 in 50.
It is a pattern well known in the countless hotels here. At the thriving Georgian House Hotel, Brexit is seen as a broadside that will spare no one. British-owned, honed and operated, it is near 88% staffed by EU citizens and has been for the 30 years Serena von der Heydt has run it.
It's completely vital. I can't imagine how we would open our doors and trade if we didn't have our EU employees. And the thought of it is frightening.
So here we have our secret door. Yeah, let's go downstairs.
Gabi Cardos, a Romanian citizen, is proud to work here.
So what do you call this room?
This is a wizard chamber. Here my colleague is finishing to clean. Yep. Okay. Oh, I love to work in here.
The price, though, is high. An 8-year-old daughter left behind with her parents. But the hard work pays off.
How much more do you make here than you did in your professional job?
A lot. So now I can afford to live in here, like a decent life, and to send home money.
So she isn't receptive to the future beyond the end of Brexit negotiations 2 years from now. Moving elsewhere means learning a new language, maybe starting at the bottom again.
We are concerned that we need to go home. For me, personally, this is not an option, so I can't go back. We are working here, we pay the taxes, we don't have benefits, so I don't know why they want us to go home.
Uncomfortable questions hang over the uncertainty shared by British and non-British alike. Bojan Cicic happens to be both, a British citizen who first came here as a student from Croatia.
And coming from a country where nationalist fervour took precedent over all else, I know what that means for culture. It's just bad news.
It is one of their last concerts before moving on. Hard to let go when it's been a lifetime's work.
As it happens, I'm coming towards the end of my career, and my intention is to make sure that there is a smooth transition to a new regime in Belgium and to secure the future.
The future has arrived. A borderless world is starting to feel one country smaller. Nala Ayed, CBC News, Cambridge, England.